What's up, VC? What's up, vinyl community? It's Dan, the Vinyl Geezer, hanging out with you for at least one more video. Hopefully, you guys are having a great weekend. And hopefully, more importantly, you're having a great start to your summer. So that's what we're talking about in this video. We're talking about my 80s summer soundtrack. It's coming up. Yes, nothing says summer like a hot cup of coffee. That's right. It could be 99 degrees outside, guys. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. That's just the way it goes. I'm addicted, and I need my chemical reward. All right. There's no flavor quite like coffee. Those roasted seeds that taste like a wet cigar. It's just, it's delicious. With a floral note of citrus and a slight chocolatey finish, but mainly wet cigar, right? Who are we kidding ourselves? I'm just joking, guys. I love coffee. I like coffee. I like the taste of coffee. Call me crazy. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a great start to your summer. I was grilling last night. So I went out and I was grilling. And then this morning, I woke up and I'm like, I just bought this grill this week, and I'm like, look, I'm not doing what I used to do. Like, my grill, I would leave caked up residue of long forgotten hot dogs and pork steaks and hamburgers, because I would just leave it, and then the grill would corrode and it'd get rusty, and I'd have to. So I thought, nope, this time is going to be different. I'm going to clean the grill. I'm going to make sure I'm maintaining it. So I kind of go outside and I'm scrubbing the grill down and I'm emptying out the old charcoal and stuff. And then somebody's like cutting grass down the street. And I just get the smell of fresh cut grass. I'm like, I'm cleaning a grill. It's 85 degrees. Somebody's cutting their grass at, 9 in the morning. Summer has arrived. I mean, the official day, I think, is the 20th, right? But really, summer's arrived. In the northern hemisphere, anyway. My friends down under, you guys are just heading into your winter. But, here, we're in summer, almost full swing. There's like a splash pad down the street, and, it's been packed for a week. I've had a week off. I got out of school, and I had a whole week off of school, and I got to go right back on Monday as we're starting ESY. It's extended school year, aka summer school. That's going to go on for 3 weeks, and then I get a nice little vacation before I do go back in August. So anyway, I was thinking, I've been struggling, guys. I've been struggling with the channel, to be honest with you. Just trying to come up with ideas and doing videos, and what I thought I would do is my 80s summer soundtrack. All right, because this just kind of brought up all these memories of summer, and I jotted some down here. So vacations, we'd always go on vacation in the summer. My dad was a cop, so he'd have some kind of law enforcement conference or something at the lake, and we'd always end up going. And barbecuing, I already talked about that. Fireworks, pretty soon. It's going to start here in the next week or two, and it's going to continue for a month. We're going to hear nothing but fireworks, and all the dogs in the neighborhood are going to be freaked out. I remember summer camp. I went to summer camps growing up. A lot of church camps and a lot of summer camps. Those were a lot of fun. And you guys remember and I'm thinking there should be lightning bugs. I just don't see lightning bugs like I used to. I don't know if there's something going on. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's any lightning bugs left. What else? Just chasing after ice cream trucks. I remember this. This was a huge thing in the 80s for me. I would go and, you would hear the ice cream truck coming and would be playing music. You'd normally hear like, the entertainer or something, and you run out and you go beg your mom, can I have $1? Can I have $1? She give me a quarter. I go out and I get a bomb pop. She never gave me any more than a quarter, I don't think. I always wanted that Mickey Mouse thing. But that was like $1.50 or something. It was like, no, that's too expensive, And so I got a bomb pop, and I was happy with my bomb pop, and I enjoyed it. And it's just one of those things. Nothing about like buying ice cream from a suspicious man in a white truck. Kind of a weird thing in our culture. I haven't seen an ice cream truck in years. I think there was one here in town. I want to say like pre-COVID. There was some dude. But I mean, it's just too sus nowadays, man. You just don't want to, really don't want to get out there and give money to some guy in a creepy white van that's selling ice cream. This was kind of not too smart, but I do remember that. And the pool, Boone Slick Pool. I grew up in St. Charles, and we'd walk down to Boone Slick Pool, and we listened to KHTR. Man, we'd have our beach towels, or our pool towels. We'd have our season pass for the pool, and we'd walk down there in our flip-flops and get in the pool, and spend a lot of summer days at the pool just hanging out and listening to KHTR hit radio FM 103 St. Louis. Man, that made me want to become a disc jockey. That's why I became a disc jockey. That, and there was this Johnny Rabbit was a disc jockey in St. Louis on another station, but it was like those guys made me want to do it. It was hearing those voices like KHTR hits 103, FM 103, here's some Fleetwood Mac, or whatever they were playing, the Cars, whatever was the hits they were playing at the time, but yeah, that just kind of brought back all these summer memories. So I thought I'd just share some like albums that invoke that summer nostalgia, that summer feeling, As Don Draper says, nostalgia, just like bittersweet, you miss it. It's like Don Draper said in Mad Men, he said that nostalgia was a Greek word that meant pain from an old wound, which is that bittersweet memory, But yeah, so I was born in 75, and I grew up in the 80s, so I kind of came of age in the 80s, So I spent a lot of time in front of MTV as well, in the summer nights, watching videos. So this first one I cannot listen to without invoking some serious summer memory, and that's the Cars' Heartbeat City. Maybe it's the song, It's Magic. Maybe they start off, Rick Ocasek says, summer, the beginning of it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the song Drive. I don't know, but this is an excellent record, and I cannot listen to it without thinking of summer. The Cars and Heartbeat City. Moving on, what else do we have here? One of the kings of summer, actually. Yeah. Bryan Adams. Summer of 69. Maybe that's what makes me think of summer here. Maybe it's, I don't know. I get that the song Heaven reminds me of summer. Boy, this is just a great record, though. I mean, it doesn't get much better than Reckless by Bryan Adams. This thing is just, what an amazing record. Bryan Adams was one of those guys in the 80s that you could not escape. It was like him and Phil Collins. Like, they were all over the place, And, I was listening to Justin Hawkins. Listen to Justin Hawkins. He was talking about Bryan Adams recently, and he said that Bryan Adams' songwriting skill is only surpassed by his vocal ability. And that's true, man. I mean, this guy had it all. It's good rock. It's kind of straight rock. It's kind of got some pop sensibility, of course, but, there's a little grit when you listen to Bryan Adams. I really dig this guy. And, it's a big part of my summers growing up, and just a big part of my life. Music is such a huge part of my life, and those songs just become ingrained in you. This album makes me think of summer too. I don't know why. It could be the song Heat of the Moment. I just think heat Maybe that just automatically associates with summer for me. Asia and their self-titled 1982 debut album. What an awesome cover. I mean, this is one of the great record covers of all time, I would have to say. If I had a 78 Dodge van, this would be airbrushed on the side of it. Yes, a giant sea monster and a floating golden or floating silver orb pearl thing there. The only thing we're missing is like a volcano in the background, like a dragon flying out of it or something. This is amazing. Asia, this is a great album all the way through. This is one of those that I'll listen to and I'll think I'll just listen to side A, and then I always end up flipping it. It's just great. Great stuff all the way through. Asia always makes me think of summer as well. What else we got here? Maybe it's the cover of this. Maybe it's the title of this that makes me think of summer. But the Go-Go's and Vacation. This just looks like a summer record. Doesn't this looks like it's like right up there with like some Beach Boys. So yeah, Vacation, which makes me think of, the Family Truckster and National Lampoon's Vacation. Chevy Chase, Beverly D'Angelo, Michael C. Hall, Randy Quaid. And I don't know her name. What's her name? Michael C. Hall's sister. Rusty's sister. I even forgot her name in the movie. Anyway, is it Andrea? Andrea? Is that her name? I don't know. I digress. The Go-Go's, Vacation. Yes, maybe it's just vacation, summer vacation. Maybe that's just what it is. That's a great album, though. That album really quite awesome. From 1982, by the way. This one makes me think of the summer, too. 1987's debut album from Frozen Ghost. These guys were associated with the band Sheriff, Canadian three-piece. You guys, my Canadian friends, probably like, yeah, man, Frozen Ghost is awesome. And a lot of you guys in the States are probably like, never heard of these guys. Trust me, if you see this record, which you normally see it in like $3 bin, pick it up. It kicks ass. This is really good stuff. It's very self-aware, and it's finely crafted rock pop kind of with some 80s gloss, of course, but it's nice stuff. Frozen Ghost. Check out the song Should I See. It should be on YouTube. Just type in Frozen Ghost Should I See. Steve Winwood, back in the high life. This dude owned the 60s, 70s, and 80s, didn't he? Yeah. Steve Winwood, back in the high life. Something about this always makes me think of summer. I don't know what it is. I don't know if were these hits during the summer or something. Must be something like that. I'd probably do a little research and see what's going on there. But back in the high life. Higher Love, Back in the High Life, always makes me think of summer. This album's pretty okay. Those two songs are really good. The rest of it's kind of like, it's all right. But, what are you going to do? It was $1. You can find that in the buck bin. Not a bad sounding record. This always makes me think of summer. Don't know what it is. Wake Me Up Before You Go. Everything She Wants. Careless Whisper. George Michael, he was just thumbprint is all over the 80s. I mean, this is just great stuff. Wham's Make It Big. This is an album I wouldn't have admitted having in 1988, 89, 90, 91, 90. I mean, throughout most of the 90s, probably wouldn't have admitted it. My metalhead friends would have clobbered me for owning that. Love it, though. It's so good. Steve Perry, Street Talk. Yeah, this always makes me think of the summer. And particularly the video, Oh Sherry, that was a great video. Foolish Heart on this as well. Just a great album. You can always find this in like $4 or $5. Pick it up, man. This is very worthy and part of my 80s summer soundtrack for sure. This one. Is it because of Endless Summer Nights? Maybe. I mean, I'll take that. But also, I want to think like, Don't Mean Nothing just made me think of summer for some reason as well. This whole album really kind of reminds me of summer. And look at that mullet, man. Richard Marx there. Killer songwriter, though. He produced a lot of stuff in the 80s. Had some killer big hits. So this album had like 3 of them on there. So anyway, yeah. Endless Summer Nights, probably the reason it's on my summer soundtrack. My 80s summer soundtrack. I don't know how that one got in here. Where did you come from? All right, yeah, I don't know. I must have accidentally pulled this with something else. Does this really make me think of summer? Not really. I don't know why it's there, but let's talk about it. It was obviously meant to be in the video. John Cougar Mellencamp's. Pink House is on this one. What else? Crumbling Down on there? Yeah. Authority Song. It's a good solid record from John Cougar Mellencamp, who recently told his fans to shut up. I don't blame him. I went and saw Jose Gonzalez at the Blue Note in Columbia. It's been 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it was embarrassingly loud. Like, he's like, come on, guys. I'm trying to, play an acoustic here. And everybody's just screaming and yelling and carrying on. So, yeah, I understand it. I get where he's coming from. Completely unrelated song, albums that doesn't make me think of summer at all. But maybe I'll give it a listen. I don't know. This I bought summer of '88. I bought this. Yeah, loved it. Had the cassette. Took it to Grandma's house. My cousin played guitar, and I thought he could teach me how to play Madeleine. He's like, nope, not touching that one. Red Beach, killer guitar player. This, it doesn't get the appreciation it should. I mean, Beavis and Butthead pretty much killed Winger, and did they have it coming? Maybe, I don't know. He hammed it up quite a bit? Kip did. Red Beach though, such a great guitar player. Kip Winger, he was the bass player for for Alice Cooper. So I mean, this is actually a pretty solid record. I like this one. The first name of the band was Sahara. I learned that recently. And apparently Alice Cooper told him, nah, man, you should name it Winger. Which might have been a death sentence, perhaps. Maybe if they weren't named Sahara, that probably wouldn't have ended up on Beavis and Butthead. I don't know. Just thinking here. Just thinking out loud. Just spitballing. But anyway, Winger's 1988 self-titled debut album. There's some great stuff on here. Headed for a Heartbreak, Madeleine. And the production quality is really good. Red Beach, definitely a shredder. Killer guitar player. All right, last, certainly not least, how could the 80s summertime does not go by without Whitesnake. That's right. Here I Go Again. My gosh, what do you got on here? All kinds of hits. Give Me All Your Love. Crying in the Rain. Still the Night. Here I Go Again. Is This Love? Man. It's a straight banger from 87. I want to say it was 87. Yeah, that's what it says there. Anyway, Whitesnake. There we go. Summer. So, what do you guys think? I mean, you guys have an 80s summer soundtrack? Do you have a 70s summer soundtrack? Do you have a 60s summer soundtrack? 90s summer soundtrack? Anyway, it would be cool to see, what you guys got. If you got anything, comment below your summer songs, summer albums make you think of summer. Make a video, turn it into a thread, whatever. If you've hung out this long, almost 20 minutes, sub to Giza, give him some watches. All right, like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. If I make another video, you'll get notified of it. Like I always say, like I've been saying lately, if you've come for for inconsistency and a mediocre presentation, you've come to the right place. All right. So you might as well go ahead and sub. All right. So watch this video right here. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's your algorithm. Let's pick that for you. It's one of my videos that maybe you'll like based upon what else you watch. And you can sub to Geezer right here and give him some watches. All right. Keep digging them records. All right, guys. I love you all. Peace out. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.